Welcome everyone to another market analysis for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Starting with Bitcoin on the daily time frame, what we have here are series of consolidating candles. You can see, although this day, or rather yesterday's candle, swept liquidity, it didn't really tap into this lower time frame demand zone. It just swept liquidity and closed as a doji candle. So it's still in a way kind of signifying an unsure direction of what it wants to do. So we just don't have anything serious. What I would prefer is maybe taking scalps on the lower time frame or so. But for now, we don't have a very clear higher time frame direction of what price wants to do. We could still enter another inside candle, consolidating again. But for now, this is still a range low, this is still a range high. Liquidity has already been swept, but it hasn't yet gotten broken. Possibly, if this liquidity sweep is to be of any significance, then price could come here. Then only when this high has been broken will we then start expecting buys. Now, another thing to watch out for is this lower time frame supply zone here. That is eventually if price comes to clear out, break above this high. Okay, checking out the 4-hour time frame. Let me start putting session breaks here. So on the 4-hour time frame, it didn't really have much. This level I drew has already been mitigated. The level at 64,012. 64,012. Let's shift this demand zone here. So yeah, the zone held, price came back into it and pushed down. Now we have ourselves a new zone that price came into and is also pushing down from there. That's this one here. That is the level at 63,771. So market formed another bearish engulfing candle after this. Price came back all the way into the zone and it has shot up now. Although it didn't break below here, it swept liquidity. That could indicate price could want to, come to sweep these highs, because these highs are still looking very valid like liquidity, especially if you're considering coming here to sell. Yeah, this could be the liquidity that has to be swept before price gets into the zone and then start selling. This could also be the new liquidity targets when it comes down here, assuming it doesn't come to mitigate this level. But there's also a high possibility that it comes down here to sweep this low and then start looking for buys to the upside. So everything is just a matter of patience and correct analysis. I think I'll need to start clearing out some levels here. But that is it. I can't really see much. So again, so the zones that I'm talking about, the unmitigated zones, are the demand zone at 62,747 and the supply zone at 64,905. So those are the zones. I do think currently we are still bearish here. So I would have preferred price tapping into this zone first, then that's before it comes here. But there's still a possibility it taps in. Maybe this could be what pushes price here, and then when it gets here, it starts dumping again. Then again, we look for another one. So I do think, yeah, price could still be overall bearish on the 4-hour, where it just needs to tap into this zone to push price to the one that finally breaks this structure. So that is my outlook for Bitcoin. If you check the 1-hour time frame, we don't have much to work with, but I do think this could be a valid trade idea for anyone. This is a clear liquidity, so we could tap into this zone here to sell to this point. That's the level at 62799. So this should be a very, very clean short idea, as if you're taking a trade directly off of it. You can enter here, place your stops here, and then your target could be here for a clean 1 to 3 hour. But then again, we could look for confirmation before entering the trade. So that is it on the 15-minute time frame. Nothing serious. Nothing serious is happening there. We can actually see that this zone has been tapped. I don't know if that's what pushes price to the downside or it's just engineering liquidity to take out before it starts the real move. So for me, I would prefer the 1-hour time frame demand supply zone there. Anyway, that is it on Bitcoin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the notification button. and also connect with me on my socials. Follow me on Telegram and X and TikTok. So all the links will be in the description. Moving over to Ethereum on the daily time frame. So market is currently giving us a tight move. You can see it here, very, very tight. Market is just tightening. It's reducing the more it goes. So like I said, you could see price aggressively break out of here to the upside before coming in and then buying again, or it breaks to the downside, then comes back into a supply zone and sells. So there's nothing much to go with on Ethereum. You have to wait. If you check out the 4 hour time frame, okay, so we've reacted off this zone, pushed price up into this one too, and now that is the cause for the tightening. Opposing zones are everywhere around here. So if I'm seeing this as an opportunity, I will not really take a trade. I'll just wait, leave it, and watch what happens. Because there are a lot of reasons why price could react the way it's doing. When you see multiple zones everywhere, price starts tightening. It doesn't really do much again. So you can see it didn't do much around here. It was just consolidating due to the presence of opposing supply and demand zones. And one thing you should know is that these zones will always react. Price will always react around them. They can't just move past like nothing happens, unless maybe it's news. And you can still see with this news here, it shut down here and it didn't break it. It just started consolidating. So Ethereum is not to be traded for now until we get a clear breakout of from one of these zones. On the 1 hour time frame, okay, price came into the zone here and is reacting. I would have loved to draw this then, but I didn't make an analysis yesterday. I would have also drawn here as a valid place for price to react from. Now you can see that these candles are consolidating around this region. The reason is because price is reacting off this zone here. So if this zone is to hold, then price should break here, give us another demand zone and then buy. But if it doesn't hold, then we'll know that price is reacting off this place and it cleared this liquidity, cleared here too. So like I said, nothing to go on Ethereum. There isn't really anything there. Nothing to trade for now. On the 50 minutes, same thing. I think we broke this level and nothing again to do. And just watch. I think we might break here or we break out of this level. This zone has already been mitigated, so I don't really see it doing anything again. Let me shift it. So for now, there is no zone again, no supply zone straight from, also no demand zone. So price now can do anything it wants. Ethereum is a market I'll avoid for now until we get something tangible. So this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button and join the Telegram community. Thank you guys, and we'll see you again later. Bye.